Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a comedy drama film called Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, from 2022. Enjoy your viewing. At the beginning of the film, we meet an elderly woman who enters a hotel room and is visibly nervous. Nancy Stokes takes off her coat and keeps looking at her watch. At the same time, a young man named Leo Grande is relaxing in a coffee shop, periodically checking his phone notifications. Soon he gets dressed and goes outside. Nancy tries to calm down and gets some alcohol from the minibar. She spots Leo through the peephole in the door. He notices that Nancy is very nervous, so he kisses her on the cheek and promises that they will have a great time together. To relax even more, Leo suggests having a drink. He sits down on the couch and tries to find out what Nancy wants. However, she almost immediately turns the conversation to music. Nancy admits that she is confused because the guy is much more handsome in real life than in the photo. Leo tells her that his job is a mutual pleasure, a lot of acquaintances and various adventures. Nancy worries that he feels humiliated, but he denies it. She says that her current desire is a standard game, without any variety. Nancy is very nervous and hopes she hasn't disappointed the guy. In response, Leo silently kisses her and offers her another drink. He confesses that he really doesn't like expectations and surprises because he is afraid of disappointment. Nancy agrees and tells him that she has never experienced true pleasure in her life, either with partners or alone. Leo is sure that he can help her in this difficult matter, but the woman asks him not to try, because it will be useless. In addition, Nancy admits that her husband died 2 years ago. She adds that he was her first and only partner in her entire life. After sharing a lot of personal details, Nancy begins to doubt Leo. As a teacher, she is sure that there is something wrong with him, and perhaps he comes from the wrong social environment. Otherwise, why would he choose such a job for himself? The boy laughs and suggests that they return to talking about her, because he is fine. Leo becomes more proactive and suggests that Nancy move on to what he came here for. Nancy suggests that he needs special pills for men, but Leo objects. He tells her that his oldest client was 82 years old, and even she was somewhat admirable to him. Nancy shyly asks what he likes about her. Leo smiles and says that her lips are gorgeous, and he also really likes her neck. Suddenly, Nancy steps back and asks for a few minutes to change. Leo jokingly asks her not to overdo it. While the heroine is choosing an outfit, Leo takes off his pants and unbuttons his shirt. He assumes a certain pose on the bed, but the wait is too long. He decides to eat a chocolate bar and drink a little. When Nancy comes out of the bathroom, Leo approaches her and tries to kiss her, but the heroine does not like the smell of chocolate. The guy smilingly offers to brush his teeth to make them both feel more comfortable. While Leo is away, Nancy notices something on her robe and tries to clean it up. The guy comes back and helps her with it. Suddenly, Nancy decides to refuse his services. Leo asks her not to waste the chance to get the pleasure she has been dreaming of for so long. He confesses that even after receiving the money, he doesn't want to leave because he is really interested in her. He suggests that she lie down under the covers and talk a little. Nancy starts asking him about his education and his relationship with his mother. Leo, visibly nervous, tries to change the subject, and then admits that his mother doesn't know about his job and thinks he works for an oil company. In turn, Nancy also talks about her family. She thinks that her son is a bit boring, and she has a tense relationship with her daughter. The girl thinks that Nancy is too cold, but the woman herself thinks that she was just being strict with her daughter. Gradually, Nancy starts talking about her work, and the conversation becomes even more depressing. Leo suggests getting back to the point and asks how her husband treated her in bed. He is shocked to learn that Nancy and her husband have only engaged in standard practices throughout their lives. Leo understands why the heroine is so wary of nighttime games. Nancy tells us that a long time ago she flew to Greece with her parents. There, she had a small affair with a hotel employee. Everything was wonderful. Nancy could feel his hands on her, but suddenly someone started the car and everything ended. The next day, she and her family left. After that, Leo went back to his work. At the next meeting, Nancy feels more relaxed, and what's more, she has prepared a list of games she would like to try with the boy. Leo listens to 5 options and says that all of them are quite achievable. He is surprised when Nancy says that she would like to try them all in one meeting. The heroine explains that his services are quite expensive, and so it would be easier for her to do everything at once. Leo smilingly hints that he would like to give the heroine the ultimate pleasure. However, Nancy thinks that this should not be included in the list because she is interested in achievable goals. The first goal for the day is to play a game for Leo. The boyfriend asks Nancy to relax and get rid of her inner judgment. However, the heroine believes that they need to strictly fulfill the planned tasks. Their conversation is interrupted by a phone call from Nancy's daughter. Leo tries to relax the heroine by dancing and finds out that everything in her marriage was planned. He realizes that despite her plans, Nancy is very constrained. so he suggests turning on some music and dancing. However, the relaxation is again interrupted by a call from Nancy's daughter. Leo asks if her children realize that she is disappointed in them. He then offers to give Nancy a massage, and she asks him to take off his shirt. When the protagonist asks if his mother is disappointed in him, Leo shudders and jokes. Nancy strokes him, but suddenly steps aside. The boy leads her to the mirror and asks her to look at her beauty. Suddenly, the woman becomes serious again and asks if the name Leo gave her is real. The guy admits that he made it up, just like she did. Leo tells her that his younger brother is in the army, which is why they don't see each other often. He then suggests that they play a role-playing game. Nancy regrets that she wasted her youth. She also admits that she often scolded her students for wearing short skirts, believing that they could bring trouble on themselves. Nancy asks if Leo has had any problems because of his job. He says that he can do many things, and many people pay him just to talk. Leo recommends that the heroine buy more sessions from him to fully reveal herself, or even become his regular client. However, Nancy believes that he just wants to get more money out of her. The heroine insists on fulfilling the first item on the list, but suddenly starts crying. Leo calms her down and tells her that everyone has their own needs. One of his clients just likes to hold hands and watch TV, while the other prefers quick and quiet nighttime games. Leo and Nancy reflect that almost everyone needs his services. It is important for people to enjoy themselves and not be judged for it. The guy says that he likes to see people's happy faces. Then he ends this conversation, and the heroine finally gets down to what she had planned. The third meeting comes. Nancy persists in trying to talk to Leo about what he is like outside of this hotel room, but he avoids the topic and suggests that they enjoy what is happening here and now. Then Nancy confesses that she knows his real name, Connor. Leo is about to leave because the woman has violated his personal boundaries. Nancy tries to make peace with him and understand why they can't get to know each other better. She even offers to talk to Leo's mother about his work and convinces her that it's nothing to be ashamed of. But then Leo explodes with anger. He confesses that his mother tells everyone that he is dead. A shocked Nancy watches Leo grab his things and leave the hotel room. Leo returns for the phone, very angry. He confesses that his mother abandoned him when he was 15, but he has always felt her disgust for him. The fourth meeting takes place in a cafe. There, Nancy unexpectedly runs into a former student of hers named Becky. She thanks Leo for coming and tells him that she has recommended his services to some of her friends. Nancy confesses that her real name is Susan Robinson, and that her whole life has been rather boring and ordinary. She believes that her encounters with Leo helped her to open up. Afterwards, Nancy apologizes to him for her past behavior, explaining that her mind was clouded at the time. Leo says that at the age of 15, his mother caught him and his friends playing some pretty obscene games. After that, he tried to reconcile with her for a month, but he could see that she was unpleasant and hurt. In the end, he decided to leave home. A few years ago, Leo even saw his mother on the street, but she just walked by without even stopping. Nancy says that his mother was wrong, because there is nothing about him that would have repelled her so much. When Becky comes up to them, Nancy apologizes to her and tells her about Leo's work and their connection. She says that pleasure is beautiful and everyone should have it. She invites Leo to her hotel room, and he gladly accepts. At their last meeting, Nancy tries many of the games on her list and enjoys them. Watching Leo, she somehow finally gets what she could never have dreamed of. Later, Nancy thanks Leo and says that this is their last meeting. Left alone, she looks at herself in the mirror again, and for the first time sees no flaws in herself. She does not feel fear, and no longer devalues herself with complexes. Being yourself and accepting yourself for who you are is true happiness, which everyone should remember at any age. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klontsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.